Updates, and we'll begin with Sheriff Davis. Sheriff Davis.
Good morning. One of the things that I want to start with and I want to reiterate, we are still dealing in a slow, methodical method. As we get into this, we find it even more devastating than what we thought initially. And that takes us into the fact of the slow process. We got communities here. Sheriff Kraft and I both on both sides have communities that have been truly devastated. It's a tremendous loss, a great loss. The reason I get emotional for that is anytime before I speak to y'all, we always speak to the families. As to be expected, they're very upset. There's a gauntlet of emotions there that's with those folks. And as always, we always like to, ask for prayers and thoughts for those families. But as we move forward, we've had changes to this scene even this morning. And what I mean by that is we're finding some of the scene is naturally because of where we're at and has more ordnance that's on it. We're finding things that's more volatile as time has went or as the explosion has damaged or influenced those ordnance in some way, form, or fashion. Part of the process yesterday that was so slow, we always want to be very transparent with you, but we've gone to extremes as working with the FBI and being able to do things with the phones and identify what phones went off at the time of explosion, trying to figure out everything inside the scene. I can tell you that we've had more than probably 300 people that's done very delicate, very methodical things inside the scene. And at this time, we have recovered no survivors. Again, it's a great loss to our communities. Sheriff Kraft.
As Sheriff Davis said, like I said, this thing is changing constantly. Like I said, we're trying to do our best to take care of the families. AES has been great, sitting up with family support. FBI, ATF is also here, TBI, about any, I can't even think of all the departments that are here.
I'm scared to name them all.
It's just been overwhelming with all the help that's come in to assist with this tragedy that we're dealing with. Like I said, it's changing minute by minute. Like I said, we found out this morning some changes in the safety protocol and what we're having to deal with, and it's like we were already going slow, and now we're slowing things down even more, just for safety for everybody.
And that's exactly one of the questions that we had, or no one coming into this conference. You see the ambulances here, you see the helicopter here, and that's here for the protection of these guys that's here for their safety. I mean, it's when we have the situation and we feel that it's that volatile, we want to take care of that and naturally get in front of anything. And matter of fact, it might not be a bad idea for a guy from ATF if
yeah. Morning, Guy McCormick. I'm a supervisor special agent with ATF here in Nashville. Need me to come over a little more? Okay, sorry about that. Appreciate the sheriffs and all the support they've given us. What we're doing out here today is we have a number of our certified explosive specialists, our bomb techs, with support from not only the troopers, who have been fantastic, but a number of other law enforcement agencies. And like the sheriff said, too many to name, and I'd be doing them a disservice if I try to name them all, up there helping us right now. In a situation like this, what we find is that when these explosives are subject to the event that took place, which is heat, the explosion, being thrown, pressure, they can change and they can become different than how we know them to act. So right now, all of our bomb techs, our explosive specialists, are up there very thoroughly, methodically trying to make safe the area so that when our national response team comes in this afternoon, that area can be as safe as possible for every law enforcement up there, so we can go ahead and make sure we do that search and recovery efforts in the safest manner as possible. And that's what ATF and our partners are doing right now.
One of the things that I know that you may have heard that's also on scene, TBI is on scene with their rapid DNA. They use that term, rapid DNA, and this situation is going to be, again, very hard because of the circumstances, because of the devastation. Can we get an idea of some DNA? Absolutely. Here again, we want to make sure that we're taking the time to confirm. Anytime we do anything like that, we always want to make the confirmation for our families, and for everybody that's involved and that's concerned. Patience. We're asking for patience. The community's outpour of support, unimaginable. We have people, Sheriff and I have had people and other sheriffs from across the state to reach out to us. We're very appreciative of that. Jason?
Okay, at this time we'll take some questions. Nicole?
Earlier you said you've not recovered any survivors. Does that mean you presume that all 18 people missing are dead?
We're making the, now keep in mind there were, and I don't want to have confusion here, there were some folks that were on the scene that left. We talked about that, that were involved. Those are not including that. At this time, again, and I want to reiterate the comment that I made, I can tell you that more than 300 people have been through almost every square inch of this facility, and at this time we've recovered no survivors.
Sheriff, are you still out any hope for survivors?
Ma'am, I never want to give up hope. Hope's always in my heart, but I don't want to give false hope either.
Right, you said you're checking DNA.
Well, again, we are doing the DNA, but we're going to have to slow walk that because of the scene, the way that the scene is, and as devastating as it is for any type of true confirmation.
Sheriff, does that mean you're no longer in the search?
Any bodies found?
At some point in time, we've got to rip off the Band-Aid. Can I tell you, and I alluded to it yesterday, it's not like working a accident. It's not like working a tornado. We're dealing with explosions. And I would say at this time we're dealing with remains.
Sheriff, are you still in the search and rescue phase, or are you now in recovery?
And we're moving to recovery, sir.
Sheriff, you mentioned that
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. She had one.
Thank you, sir. Can you say that you have informed family members who have identified the remains of their loved ones? And so how many remains have you positively identified at this point?
As of currently, we're in the process of the identification of the remains.
So can you say how many you've successfully done at this point?
I can tell you by other means that we can tell you who was in the building at the time of the explosion.
I know you said whether they're alive or dead. I'm sorry, sir. I'm just trying to, what can we tell people? There's 18 people missing as of last night. What can we say now?
I think the expectation of anyone that was inside that building and utilized, well, I have to use that word, forgive me, we can assume that they are deceased at this time.
And you said that you saw things that were more volatile. What exactly do you mean?
Well, there's we're dealing with the type of facility that we're talking about, and I'll come back to you in just a moment. The type of facility, the ordinance, the type of facility that this is, the things that they deal with, how they make it. It's more explosive devices, and when we have explosive devices, of that we don't know their gas makeup that's changed, the compound makeup has changed. I'm not a chemist. I don't want to get into even try to get over into all of that. But when these folks, these professional folks, tell me that we have a very volatile scene and that we're going to have to be extremely slow and methodical, and that's what we're going to do. So yes, ma'am. Hold on, sir.
Sheriff, you said the situation is developing, so is the public safe? Can we anticipate more detonations possibly?
We can possibly, we are going to possibly have some of those that we're going to have to dispose of in some way, form, or fashion. We have got it set up and arranged to where we're going to have a notice that's going to come out to you guys, as well as trying to put it out to the community if that does take place or when that takes place, and we will try to answer that.
Sheriff, have you ruled out foul play?
Again, we're in an investigative type situation, and can I say we're going to rule out foul play? We can't answer that. That might be days or weeks or months before we can do that. And it's like I've said every time before, we have one shot at this, and we're going to take our time to make sure that we do the very best for our people and those victims involved. Hang on just a second, somebody here. Yes, sir.
Question for ATF. With your preliminary assessment, is there any cause that you have identified so far?
So I really can't answer that question right now. Like I said, our national response team, who are really the worldwide experts in all this, who are coming from all over the country, will be here this afternoon. They will begin their long, thorough investigation to determine the cause and origin of this explosion. That type of information will probably get out to you guys in the next days and weeks to come as they do their investigation and develop that.
All right, thank you, everybody.
She had
One more
last
question.
Do you feel like there's any risk to anyone outside this facility at this point?
I do not.
Thanks, everybody. We'll update you as to when the next press conference is. We will try to make the ATF folks available, the experts. So if you have those technical questions, we'll be able to get those for you. The Humphreys County Emergency Management Agency Facebook page is the official page of notification. So if you're not following that, I would encourage you to do that. Otherwise, we'll be back when we have some more things to share. Okay. Thanks, everybody.